My group is also very interested in developing personalized approaches for infection and sepsis, and this, of course, comes in very timely with everything that's been going on. But the idea of being able to take body fluids, whether it's saliva, sputum, urine, venous blood, or a finger prick, and then performing detection of the pathogens, trying to see if we can do specific therapeutic and diagnostic therapeutic management using the pathogens that have been extracted. If you can isolate those pathogens, then you would like to do drug susceptibility testing and study. And then also potentially looking at the profiling of the immune system of the individual, because everybody's immune system is different and different people will respond differently to infections. So not only the detection of pathogen is important, but also trying to figure out how the immune system is doing for the individual is also very important. And that can be done by measuring specific cells, proteins, or DNA. And then again, connecting that back to the appropriate therapeutic management. But we'd already worked on demonstrating HIV, HCV, Zika, Denge, and Chickengunya on a point-of-care device. And this is a collaboration with Professor Brian Cunningham and Professor Bill King from our college, where we develop a microfluidic device. You can put a drop of blood, it gets processed in this cartridge, and then you can look for specific pathogens. And again, we demonstrated these different viruses on a chip. And then the amplification of the RNA from these viruses, or essentially the detection of these viruses, can then be performed using a cell phone camera that is connected or sort of inserted into this cradle, into this small portable cradle. And the idea here is can we build engineered living systems? Engineers are used to building devices in silicon and plastic and metals, as I just showed these microfluidic devices. But can we learn the design rules of building with cells? And could we engineer tissue-like structure that can do certain functions? And I'll just show you some results just to give you the idea. So here is what you'll see here, if you can see this video. This is a 5 to 7 millimeter long structure that is what we call the Biobot, a biological robot. It has this scaffold, which is a 3D printed hydrogel structure. But then this layer that's in white, kind of whitish color, this is actually a skeletal muscle from mouse that are responsive to light. So we have optogenetically transfected these muscles. And when you shine light, the muscle actuates. And as the muscle actuates, it actually moves the small biological robot across the petri dish from left to right. So this can all be forward designed, essentially, by 3D printing and by tissue engineering and integrating it together to form these biological robots that can, in fluid, do some work and provide this actuation. So the ventilator that our team had designed from our College of Engineering is actually an emergency ventilator. It's a portable device that's less than $200. And it works by having it plugged into the oxygen supply from the hospital room, or it could be a portable tank of oxygen. And it works actually for, let's say, 5 to 7 days, and then you throw it away. So this is an emergency ventilator. There is multiple designs of this kind of devices out in the market. But really, there was a supply chain issue. These devices weren't available when they were needed back in April or so, let's say in New York. So the traditional designs are many thousands of dollars, and they're much more sort of sophisticated and advanced. But however, our design is portable, handheld, and meant to be used for a short period of time, like I said, 5 to 7 days, and then disposable, and then you put a new device basically. So, like I said, I personally believe, and I know many of my colleagues on our campus when we share that and across the country, that I think just like, as I said earlier, just like you can't really be an engineer without knowing physics and math, I believe that in the future, all physicians would need to know technology, would need to know, some aspects of engineering, technology, and data sciences and computing. and be the drivers of the change. So I think the future of medicine is going to be very digital while maintaining that human connection that is critical in the field of medicine.